Hi everyone, welcome to the install of the air on board 12 volt air compressor system on my 2017 Ford Ranger. Overall the kit's pretty good. It's going together quite well. It has all the bits and pieces that you need to do the install, apart from making specialised brackets to mount to your particular vehicle. So I've had a look, measured up and determined where I can fit different components. So the air compressor will be going behind the left-hand rear tyre in the rear quarter panel of the tub. The air manifold unit will be going on the back of the car on the tow bar bracket, and the air tank will be going behind the right-hand rear tyre up underneath the guard in a similar fashion. I also, in the kit, is an extension piece. The hose not supplied, but the fittings are, so that you can actually run the air filter for the compressor to a remote location, so it may be out of water, the water line, or out of a wet condition. So I'm going to use the hose, run it up inside the guard so it's a bit higher, just in case the vehicle does have to ford through water. Then I know that the water won't be sucked through the compressor into the system. So here we go. We'll crack on with the install, and I'll come back when it's all in plumbed up and see how it goes. Okay, installation of the air on board air compressor kit went rather smoothly. Here we are at the back left hand side of the vehicle with the air manifold. On my setup, I've opted for the female Nitto quick release quick disconnect coupling is here. They have the system pressure gauge, the air from the air compressor, so that's our inlet hose, which is the stainless steel braided hose. The outlet to the air reservoir is utilising, I think it's the 10mm nylon tubing, and I've put a bit of extra protection on that tubing as well. This port has been blanked off, it's not required, and here we have the pressure relief valve. I think the pressure relief valves are set for around about 100 psi, even though the air compressor system itself is rated to 200 psi. Okay, initially when I installed the system, I had a few air leaks, and that was primarily because I was using thread tape. So I solved that problem by going to Loctite 577. It provides a no fuss guaranteed high pressure sealing of all your threads. So highly recommend using a similar product or that product when you install your air compressor system. Okay, the air supply filter, we mentioned that it has a remote hose that you can use for it, and it's a bit hard to see here. However, I have run it from the compressor up behind this rear quarter panel, in behind the light indicator unit there, and into the tub corner, and you can see that this gives it a nice high position that's out of the road, and should not allow any water into the system, depending on where you're driving. Okay, so the system here is currently, it's on empty, so we'll go and check out the switch configuration inside the driver's cab, and then we'll give it a run and see how long it takes to charge up the system, and also the noise that's generated from the air compressor as well. Unfortunately, one drawback with the Ford Ranger is there's not too many spaces to put additional switches. So when I had my LED light bar installed, I used a light force fascia panel, which gave me positions for 3 extra switches. So I've installed our air on board air compressor on off switch here, and also the momentary air horn switch over there on the right hand side. Right, so we'll turn the system on, see how long it takes to charge up, and also the noise that's generated. Okay, here we go. Alright, so that's fully charged from 0. I'll let the air out of it, and you can see where the air compressor cuts back in and the time it takes to charge up from there as well. Alright, here we go. There we go. As previously mentioned, I've mounted the air receiver behind the right hand rear tyre up underneath the guard. It's a good little spot for the tank. It's a cosy fit, but it also affords some protection for the hoses that run to the tank. On the bottom of the tank I've installed a drain valve, which is easy to access from outside the vehicle and just allows you to drain any condensation that may build up in the tank. Depending on where you're located and the weather, if it's humid, you may have to work out a frequency to drain that tank, so you don't want it going through any componentry that you're running air to. Alright, the one mod that I did make was the pressure switch. I've mounted that on top of the tank, opposed to having it on the manifold at the back of the vehicle. Mounting it on top of the tank gives it extra protection. It's out of the road, and it limits the chance of it being smashed off on the back of the vehicle. So we'll see how that runs. This is the noise of the air compressor from about 3.5 meters from the vehicle, so it gives you some indication. It's not super loud. Inside the cab, you'll hear it kick in, you'll hear it running. So overall, I found the installation of the air on board air compressor kit quite simple. You just need to follow the instructions, and also just have a think about where you're going to mount the compressor, manifold and tank, and how you're actually going to mount them there as well. Don't forget, make sure you use Loctite 577 or even 567, I think is another one of their thread sealing pastes, just to make sure you get a super sealed system that'll give you no trouble out on the road. Alright, so that's it for Project Adventure Ranger with the air on board air compressor kit. So thanks for watching, and make sure you stay in touch for some more projects that I'll be doing to this great Ranger in the coming months. Okay, thank you. Bye for now.